Chaos. That is how our local first responders detailed last week's deadly tour bus crash on the Thruway. 5 people were killed, 10 patients are still being cared for over at ECMC, and just about every one of the 54 people on board were injured in some kind of way. The National Transportation Safety Board now investigating how the bus driver lost control, then abruptly corrected, causing the bus to overturn near the Pembroke exit on the 90. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Febin Casahoon. Now, with that investigation now underway, questions circulate surrounding seatbelts on the bus. It turns out New York already has a law that just went into effect this April requiring everyone on board a coach bus to wear a seatbelt. But there's a catch. It's only required for buses assembled after November 2016. Tom Chapman of the National Transportation Safety Board said that the bus in Friday's crash was built in 2005.
Whether that law would apply in this case is not clear to me anyway. That's something we'll be looking at, and we may make some recommendations in that regard.
The NTSB said that they'll have a preliminary report in about 30 days, and they're taking a serious look at the role of seatbelts in this crash. And as for more details on the crash coming to light, so do the stories of our first responders and their heroic efforts along the 90. The town of Clarence shared this powerful picture thanking the fire company and all those who assisted the victims of Friday's crash. According to the Post, crews worked together to rescue a passenger pinned underneath the rear tires of the bus. That woman is still alive today. And tonight I'm bringing you the voices of those 4 of these heroes among us as they share what it was like in those moments with lives on the line. Joe Haas, one of the first chiefs from Erie County to arrive at the crash site.
Pretty much chaos. Debris everywhere.
It's something the Newstead Fire Assistant Chief says that he's learned in training over the years, but he never expected to respond to an intense situation like this in real life. Once he arrived on scene, he was put in charge of extrication.
So I did my walk around, check, see what I had, and then I found the woman there pinned underneath the tire, and I knew I had a situation on my hands on both sides of the bus that we had to deal with.
Haas and several other fire personnel had to work together to lift the tour bus up to free the woman. That's something that state fire instructor Mike Karuba says was a very complex situation. They lifted the bus using high-pressure airbags.
With patients trapped under both sides of the bus, we couldn't just tip it one way or another. It had to be conjoined lift and lift at the same time, just enough to get her some room and get her out.
Karuba said that it took about 2 hours to get the final passenger out. Haas and Karuba each have more than 20 years of experience as fire personnel. They both say that their training is what made the response seamless. And without mutual aid, this would have not been possible.
There's no way. There's something of that magnitude. One department can't handle that on their own. It took everything from the volunteer service to the paid service, all the way up into state agencies.
Akron and Clarence fire companies also assisted Pembroke's bravest, guided by more than 20 years of experience.
We had really experienced people with us. I had 2 assistant chiefs with me that train with that constantly. So I'd like to say that I was ready for it. There's definitely a sea of chaos that you come into when you're there, but you have to focus on what task you've been asked to do and get to work.